Hey, I'm Nick Williams, and you're watching Medicare Millionaire. In this episode, I'm going to tell you how to handle a no in a sales situation before you ever get to no. So this is critical. We talk about a lot of things on this channel, but I think sometimes we lose sight of what our whole objective here is, and that's selling. So sales skills is what we really need to focus on. We need to focus on everything, don't we? It's funny because a little tangent I'll go on here. Everybody talks about leads. If I do a video about leads, everybody watches it. If I do a video about closing, it's like the most important thing. It won't get nearly the attention. It's like, where are the good leads? Where are the good leads? I need the good leads. It's like, no, where's the good close? How do I become the best salesman? That should be the video that goes viral. Oh, let's see. Let me get on track here. The objective is to get to understand that you perhaps are on the wrong trajectory before you ever get to a no. And you need to be able to see this, and you can. If you can't see this, if you're going to asking for the close and you're getting a no, or if you're doing some type of trial close and you get a no, you haven't done your job. Again, even a trial close is, if you get a no in a trial close, typically you can tell because you're talking about things, you're talking about the problems with the current plan, and they'll say something like, yeah, I don't like that. Now you got them, okay? But they still may not be coming along. So you say to them, listen, I'm often to help my clients. I'm often to help, or in this case, I'm often, because you're speaking to a prospect, you would say, I'm often able to help people get a better plan. That's going to make a difference for them. It may be a life-changing difference in the event that they need to use that health insurance or that Medicare insurance. I'm often able to save people a ton of money. But you know what? They don't want to do it. And you know why? And you just wait. And you're just looking at them. And they're like, well, I don't know. And you say, because they're afraid to make a change. And that's it. That's what this comes down to all so often. They're just afraid of change. This is what you have to know, is that seniors don't like to change. I'll follow that up with this statement, and that is, I'd like to ask these people, again, I'm talking to this prospect, and we're not talking about their deal. I just know that they're getting a little white-knuckled on me, and I can tell there's resistance. And when I go to that change, when I say it because they're afraid of change, they go, yeah. And you can almost see them relax a little bit. Yes. And then I'll say, and then I like to ask those people, when did you stop making good decisions? And then I laugh and they go, yeah. And you can tell sometimes they just exhale as if you have told this little story about them and what they're feeling at that moment. So it's not about getting to know and then having some people say, I'm a closer. Oh, that's so weak. That's so 1990s. I'm a closer. Well, this is a 65-year-old man or woman, maybe a 75-year-old man or woman. You're a closer? Oh, I close them. Excuse me. It's almost like you don't need that. Here's what you need. You need to have established, okay, I want to give you a sequence. Like you, trust you, maybe you bring a little levity to the situation, and then you have this authoritative presence. And you tell them what to do, what is best for them. You identify the issues before you ever get to no, and you put that issue to bed. If they're still white-knuckled, if you go to close somebody and before they're ready, well, you just haven't done your job. You need to be able to look at people and see that they're relaxed. You need to talk about, if it's, let's say it's a Medicare supplement and they have a Medicare Advantage, and you know that they don't have the very best of medical facilities in their network. You want to talk about, God forbid, if you have a heart attack and you can't go to the best cardiac unit in this region. That's not, and again, we're talking about life or death here, potentially, right? That's how I'll present it to the client, just that way. And they'll be like, yeah, you're right. So it's not even a trial close. Here's one I don't like. If I can help you and I can get you in a better network, are you willing to do business with me today? Or something like that. That close where you sit down with somebody and right up front, you say, okay, here's the way I want to do this. I want to show you this and that. And if I take the time to do all this, is there any reason why you would not do business with me today? I'm like, for what's sake? Again, so 1990s. I say it's so 2015. Just by asking questions, you can get to the heart of the matter. Let's see. Okay, again, the problem isn't to close. The problem is that you fail to identify the issue. You should be able to go right up to that point and just pull out the paperwork. Okay, once you get past that whole sequence of being a nice person, that they like you, that you're building up some trust, and you've kind of put these little objections before they've ever been objections, that you put them to rest, so to speak, you should be able to say, okay, well, I'm glad we've identified the problem, and here's how we're going to fix it. And you might want to reiterate the problem. You have this horrendous network, we're going to fix that. Now, and I will do a trial. It's not a trial close, but I'll make a statement just to see that they're with me. I'll say, now this isn't going to start till next month. I just want you to know that. But here's how we're going to do this. And then when they'll go, okay. Most of the time they'll go, okay. Yeah, all right. I understand. I know I can't use this till next month. It's almost like a takeaway, a little mini takeaway. So it's not almost, it is a mini takeaway. And I'll say, and here's how we're going to fix this. First of all, we're going to make sure that that those medicines that you take are covered under this new plan. And then we're going to make sure that we have addressed any other issues that could possibly, whatever it is, a couple button downs, and then you simply say, I'm just going to fill out this paperwork and we're going to get this implemented. We're going to put this into place, and next month you won't have to worry anymore. You kind of want to relax with the client. You don't want to be real tense when you do this stuff. You would have a smile on your face, and if you don't, that's a big problem. Those are the type of problems that you need to address. That's a whole nother video. But I'll go into it a little bit. If you're uptight, forget it. Forget it. You just can't do this. You need to learn to be a relaxed person. And you need to just unwind and think about the client, and not that you're going to get the sale. Like, oh, I hope I get the sale. I hope I get the sale. I hope I get the sale. No. Say, who cares if you get the sale? You got a bunch more calls to make. You'll get the next one. Who cares? I may even decide that this person is not a good client for me. It may be that type of situation. I've done that. It's where this is not a good situation. I haven't done it too many times because it's hard to walk away from one. But I do that from time to time. It's like, well, I could close this, but I don't think I'm going to be effective working with this person because of maybe their personality or my personality. It just doesn't work. The last thing I'll say is you have no business closing an old person. You have no business closing them. You need to help them get a better health plan, and you need them to be satisfied. If you got to close them and they're like a day later or a week later, and I said this many times over, and they're like, well, yeah, he got me to do it, but I don't know if I should have made that change. Well, now you've contributed to increased anxiety for a person that is a senior, an older person. Man, you need to walk out of there, and that person's like, when their neighbor in the backyard at the fence tells them, maybe they made a mistake, and they were like, oh, no, I didn't. Because I got Nick Williams, and he told me, and they'll know that they were dealing with a professional. They'll know when they deal with you, and they have their sisters telling them on the phone, or their cousin, or the guy down at the senior center saying, oh, you should have got this. They'll know, they'll know that they're talking to an amateur there. and that they've got a professional that they've done business with, because this professional alleviated all their concerns, alleviated the anxiety, and told them what to do. So there you go. I think that's it. Hey, we're always here to help you. Like our videos, and if you would, if you could share our videos to other agents, we appreciate that. We appreciate all the attention that we get already. We want more. We want to grow more and do more and be better, and that does help us. I want you to know that. And I'm going to leave it right there. You guys have a wonderful